Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. Marine environmental and biodiversity protection is a worldwide challenge in which boundaries and borders have no relevance, which is why it's so important that the UK plays its part to protect biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction and honour its international commitments. This bill is a key part of these commitments, particularly in how it supports our duty of climate action. It's our obligation to other countries, to future generations, and to those feeling the effects of climate change in the here and now that we protect our oceans as a vital source of food, oxygen and carbon storage. This obligation is what prompted the United Kingdom to sign up to the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement, and it's this obligation that makes the Labour government so committed to the agreement's objectives. As highlighted by the Net Zero Energy and Transport Committee, just 1% of waters beyond national jurisdictions are under environmental protection. This means our marine environment is particularly vulnerable to degradation due to pollution, unsustainable fishing practices and exploitation for profit. All countries have a right to fishing, shipping and research in marine areas beyond their national jurisdiction, which means that all countries have a responsibility to protect these areas. With this bill, the UK Labour government are stepping up to our responsibility. The bill will enable the UK to enforce compliance with area-based management tools in international waters. The most prominent of these tools is, of course, marine protected areas. However, this bill is ambitious in that it requires environmental impact assessments for activities which may impact marine biodiversity in areas beyond national jurisdiction. I'll give way to Edward Mountain.
Edward Mountain.
And I thank the member for giving way. One of the questions that was asked at the committee is how this was going to be enforced, because if I remember rightly, there's about 30 countries that have signed up to it. There's a lot more countries around the world that haven't signed up to it. So is there any way you could allude to how enforcement will be carried out?
Mercedes Vialba.
Thank you. I think the member makes an important point, and I think it's incumbent on all of us to keep campaigning and encouraging as many member states as possible to sign up so that we can have that international working, which is what's needed because the ocean is common to us all. Members will be aware that I've repeatedly raised the impact of bottom trawling on marine environments in both the Chamber and with the Cabinet Secretary. This practice is damaging and destructive to both the marine environment and to marine life. Yet, as it is an efficient way to catch bottom-dwelling species such as cod, haddock and shrimp, it continues. Like a number of other issues I've raised in the Chamber, this practice continues despite being wildly destructive to the environment because it delivers vast profit for a few vested interests. By strictly regulating bottom trawling in areas beyond national jurisdictions, areas which, as I mentioned, are currently for the most part without any environmental protection, this will have a hugely positive impact on marine life and strengthen fish stocks within Scottish waters. To conclude, Presiding Officer, the cross-party consensus in support of this legislation is heartening and welcome. However, I do also take on board the comments from the Cabinet Secretary and the Chair of the Net Zero Committee regarding the need for intergovernment and parliamentary working, and would like to make clear my support for open and honest communication at all levels in the interests of democracy and accountability. But I do urge all members to support this LCM tonight. Thank you.